Sam and I met by a way of fate because there are just some friendships that just happen, like magic, They're kind of random, unexpected, exciting, but yet so beautiful at the core of what it really is. And I think you know the kind of friendship that I'm talking about. It's the one that makes you laugh until your stomach hurts. It's the one that lasts through the seasons and refuses to leave your side. It makes you feel loved, appreciated, and supported. It's the one that is dedicated to adventure, of spontaneous trips, inside jokes, birthday celebrations, unplanned tears, but yet it's bound by unconditional love. It's the one that blows life into the 10 alphabets stitched together. It's the one that makes you complete, and that's my Sammy. So 5 years ago, by way of fate, my mom actually met Sam, and when she brought Sam over to meet me, she said, her exact words were, "She's a living doll, and she's absolutely precious, and I think you guys would make the best of girlfriends." Well, she was right, and she absolutely is. And just look at her. And so the proximity of our homes at the time then paved the path for an instant friendship, and it seemed like we had known each other for a lifetime. So naturally, when I sat down to write my speech, I desperately struggled to cram about 5 years of love and memories onto a single sheet of paper, because how do you capture Sam's essence in one memory or one story when every other memory seems to include her? When I think of my 20s, I think of Sam. I think of all the times that we have laughed until we've had tears in our eyes. And when I needed a shoulder to cry on, I think of when Sam offered me hers. I think of the wisdom and all the times that Sam has listened without judgment and always been the one I could turn to. I picture Sam rushing to the hospital at 5 in the morning and working crazy call hours, and I distinctly remember walking down Magazine Street, watching Stella drag Sam behind her as she ran towards me, meeting her for the first time. I laugh at all the attempts for Sam to become the next Biggie Smalls, but that one never really quite worked out. And I think of sipping on spicy margaritas, and I think of the best friend anyone could ask for. I think of Sam. Sam has stood by my side through every moment, whether it was sharing in my greatest celebrations or supporting me through the downpour. And as our friendship developed, I realized that though Sam may be tiny in size, she is tenacious in character, and she is fiercely loyal. And she has a heart that is just as beautiful as she is, if not more so. And so for a long time, I wondered what love was all about. I remember as a little girl thinking when two people gave each other nicknames, that was love. That had to be it. I remember my grandfather always called my grandmother his sweetheart or his baby doll, and my mom called my dad her honey. And so, was it really maybe something as simple as giving each other nicknames, or maybe even expensive gifts sometimes? Or perhaps it might even be fancy dinners at fancy restaurants. But what I realized is it's none of those things. So when I learned of Ben and Sam's first date at the coffee shop in Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, I realized that even the most unlikely of places and situations could serve as the backdrop for their perfect love story. I then learned that love looks like the million acts of thoughtfulness, like taking Stella to the vet just to make life a little bit easier, even though your schedule's just as busy. Love is taking that first step and introducing Sam to the people who mean the most to you at a beach house in Nonquit. Love is getting down on one knee and proposing on a perfectly planned trip to Cabo. And yet, once again, I realized that love is about vowing to spend the rest of your life with one another, promising to honor and respect each other on Saturday, November 5th at exactly 4 p.m. I witnessed firsthand the joy that Ben brought to Sam. I really can't put it into words what I saw in Sam, but something changed. It was like when she would talk about Ben, she would just have this glow about her. And when she smiled, it rose to her eyes. And even to this day, when Ben talks about Sam, there's this overwhelming sense of peace and comfort. So it's a bit surreal for me to think that my other half, my Sammy, is now somebody else's half too. And thank God it's you, Ben. Ben, Sam, your love is a testimony to how we are created in pairs. And I pray that you hold on to each other through the peaks and valleys, and that you respect each other in everything that you do. So if you will please join me in raising a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Stone, who are celebrating the richness of their life they've discovered through their love. May they find and know a love that knows no bounds, that is compassionate and forgiving, and a love that loves always in all ways. To Ben and Sam.
2, 3, trust me, you haven't lived.
Love you, baby.
Cheers.